This novel contains themes of coercive control, emotional abuse, manipulation, and references to violence. Listener discretion is advised. Chapter 1. The Fremantle doctor rattled the windows like it was trying to get in. It carried the scent of seaweed and salt and something older. In Perth, Western Australia, the sea always found a way inside. Salt crusting the windowsills, breeze in every room. Summer heat baked the streets by day, and the doctor fought to cool them by night. Inside the weatherboard cottage, the glow of a paused Netflix screen lit the lounge room in flickering blue. Katya Bennett sat curled on the couch, drowning in an oversized t-shirt, one hand cradling a glass of red. Her mascara had smudged beneath one eye, making her look like she'd been crying. But she hadn't. Not tonight. It had been 4 years since Daniel died. And still, sometimes, she reached for her phone to text him. Then remembered. He hadn't just died. He'd walked into the garage, said, "I can't do this anymore." He'd escaped. Her phone buzzed. It was her best friend Anna.
"Hey you, still burritoed on the couch with wine and self-loathing?"
Katya replied.
"You forgot Netflix and cat hair. I'm making a night of it."
"Tonight's the night. You promised. Time to at least flirt online and find someone to kiss who doesn't shed on your pillow."
Katya glanced at Max, the tabby asleep on the armrest. One ear twitched.
Dating at 41? Feels like trying to run a marathon in stilettos.
You survived miscarriages, affairs, and widowhood. You can survive Bumble.
Katya's gaze drifted to the empty armchair opposite, the one Daniel used to sit in, book in hand, eyes already halfway gone. Their marriage had never been explosive, just slow, quiet, suffocating, cruel.
Use the black dress pic, the one from my birthday. You looked hot.
Katya scrolled, paused, found it. She was laughing, hair windblown, in a flowy black vintage dress with red cowboy boots. She looked carefree.
Now your bio. Try. Youth worker with a weakness for bad reality TV and good red wine. Looking for someone who sees beauty in life and knows how to kiss in the kitchen.
She typed her own version.
Coffee snob. Lover of books, cats and Cabernet. Once chased down the street by a swan. Looking for real connection.
Katya stared at the yellow Go Live button. It looked too bright, too hopeful, too soon. Her thumb hovered. Outside, the wind slammed against the house again, louder this time. Like a warning. Or a challenge. She tapped the screen. Something clicked inside her. Small but definite. Like a lock turning. Maybe it was foolish. Maybe it was brave. Time will tell. Last night, hope tasted like wine and questionable judgment. Morning was less forgiving. She woke to a dull, thudding ache just behind her right eye and the dry metal taste of regret in her mouth. Her sheets were a mess, like she'd wrestled herself unconscious. Her phone buzzed. She reached for it, squinting against the flood of sunlight cracking through the blinds. 3 Bumble matches blinked back at her. Her stomach flipped. Nerves mostly. But threaded through something rusted but familiar. Hope. One of them had already messaged. His name was Mac Vale.
"Good morning, Katya. I couldn't scroll past your smile. It's warm. Real. The kind that makes you stop and forget what you were doing."
Too much? She read it again. Then a third time. Charming. Polished. Very capital R romantic. Her stomach did a weird flutter. That thing between excitement and nausea. Katya replied.
That's a lovely thing to say. Thank you. I was half asleep when I saw it, and now I'm awake smiling. So well done.
She sent it before she could second-guess herself. Mistake? Maybe. But she was tired of letting fear proofread her feelings. In the kitchen, the kettle began its slow, asthmatic wheeze. She tied her hair into a messy knot and caught her reflection in the microwave door. Tired eyes, faint pillow lines, but the smile, God help her, was still hanging on. By the time she pulled into the high school parking lot, the sun had already begun to cook the asphalt. She shut off the engine just as her phone buzzed again.
Smiles before coffee are the most honest. You strike me as someone genuine. Are you working today?
Yeah, I'm a youth worker at a high school. Kids, chaos, emotional damage. Great combo.
No reply. That was fine. She had work to do. The morning blurred into its usual cocktail of noise, fluorescent lights, and low-level crisis. She didn't feel present until she sat across from Tyrese in the chill-out room. She could fake it through staff meetings, small talk, even screaming teenagers in the stairwell. But this room demanded the real version of her. No masks allowed. Tyrese was 14, with his hoodie up and shoulders hunched. He looked like he'd swallowed a storm and zipped it inside his clothes. Katya kept her hands folded on her lap. Still, open, ready.
Tyrese, you're here because of what happened with Mr. Harris, yeah?
He didn't answer right away. Just leaned back in the chair like it was a throne he hated, arms crossed so tight they looked welded.
Because I told him to fuck off? Big deal. He had it coming. Talks to me like I'm a disease. Like I don't already know what I am.
You're not a disease,
Katya said evenly. He sat forward fast, eyes sparking.
Don't do that fake nice shit. Everyone thinks it. Teachers, cops, that woman at the corner store who hides the gum when I walk in. People look at me like I'm already guilty.
Katya stayed calm, even as the words hit like gravel. She tilted her head.
Sounds like you're carrying something heavy. Something you didn't ask for.
He let out a dry, ugly laugh.
Yeah, well, I was born with it, right? My dad's in prison. You think that's just a fun fact people ignore? Nah. They hear that, they see me, and it's, oh, there he goes. Another one of them.
That's not on you. What he did doesn't get to decide who you are.
Bullshit. The world's already decided. I walk into a room and it's already over. So why not just be what they expect? It's easier.
Easier doesn't mean better.
He narrowed his eyes.
You don't get it.
You're right. I don't know what it's like to be you, but I'm here to listen, and I'm not going anywhere. Yell at me, swear, push. I'm still here.
He stared at her like he was waiting for her to blink first. Then he looked away, jaw working, chewing on silence.
Yeah.
He muttered.
For now.
Katya kept her tone even.
For as long as you'll let me.
By lunch, she was folded into the corner of the staff room, legs up on the chair, her phone balanced on her thigh. Her mind kept replaying Tyrese's voice, the bitterness, the edge, but also that crack, that small break in his armor. She didn't know if she'd reached him, but she'd stayed. That counted for something. Her phone vibrated with a message. It was her Bumble match, Mac.
I don't know why, but you seem like someone people trust. I like that. That's rare.
She stared at the message for a beat too long. Was that a red flag, or just a compliment wrapped in vague poetry?
Sometimes they feel safe. Sometimes they want to throw chairs. Depends on the day.
Evelyn burst in before the typing bubbles finished. Salad in one hand, chaos in the other. Technically her boss, but mostly her hurricane of a friend.
You've got to look.
Evelyn dropped into the armchair across from Katya.
What look?
I'm texting a man and not sure if I'm about to fall in love or make a horrible mistake look.
Katya snorted.
It's a Bumble match. We're not picking out curtains.
Evelyn leaned in.
Name, occupation, questionable selfies, spill.
Mac. Imports antiques and art.
Katya raised an eyebrow.
Whatever that means.
Ooh, mysterious. Or vague enough to be unemployed.
I'm not interrogating him yet.
Promise me.
Evelyn said, mock serious.
You won't get emotionally invested in someone who stores tribal masks in a shipping container and uses the word aura, unironically.
No tribal masks.
Katya said, smiling.
Promise.
Evelyn's grin softened, just a bit.
I'm glad you're even texting someone. After Daniel, this isn't nothing. Just don't rush. You've already done the crash and burn version.
I know.
But the truth was, she wasn't sure she'd recognise Slow if it introduced itself with a name tag and handed her a manual. Every part of her had been rewired for impact, for urgency, for all or nothing. And she'd done the nothing part. 4 years of it. Now, she wanted the rest.
Hi, I'm Freya. If you like listening or reading psychological thrillers about coercive control and power, then you are in the right place. Please subscribe. I'll be releasing onto this channel one chapter at a time of my book, The Long Game. So if you subscribe, you'll be notified when the next chapter is out and you can listen to the whole audiobook for free. Thank you for listening and supporting me.